All right, guys. So over the past couple of days, I've given a lot of thought about the whole New York Jets Robby Anderson dilemma that we have on our hands. As we all know, Anderson's supposedly going to be a hot commodity on the free agency market, and he's not going to be taking a hometown discount. And I don't necessarily blame him for that because he was undrafted. The offense doesn't really fit his strengths. Gase doesn't really seem to be utilizing Robby Anderson or maximizing his talents as it is. So I don't blame Anderson for wanting to seek opportunities elsewhere. I look at teams like the Saints and the Packers and the Eagles and the Panthers as well, even the Buffalo Bills, to all be suitors for Anderson come early March when free agency opens up. Now, in my heart of hearts, I don't think Robby's going to be re-signing. I want Robby. I want him to be wearing the green and white for the foreseeable future, right? Continue to grow with Sam Darnold, but I just don't see it happening, right? With his interviews, with the social media posts, with him not taking the hometown discount, with Joe Douglas showing no urgency at all to not re-sign this guy. It just seems like he's going to let him walk out the door, and to me, I hope I'm wrong, it just seems like the two are destined to part ways. And it sucks to say it, right? I hope I'm wrong. I hope he does resign, but it does suck to say it because I love Anderson. I do think he's a young, productive player that has still hasn't reached his ceiling yet. And also, when I take a look at the Jets' team needs, offensive line, edge rusher, outside linebacker, cornerback for sure, wide receivers are really, really high up there. Okay, we need wide receivers. And no, I don't want to hear about Demaryius Thomas and just these no, we need legitimate players at wide receiving or at the wide receiving position. Okay, we got to get Darnold some help because this offense, let's not sugarcoat it, it sucked. It was garbage last year under Adam Gase. Blame who you want. We did have a couple playmakers like Anderson, like Le'Veon Bell, like Darnold going in a year or two, but when you take a look back, when you take a step back and you look at it, the offensive numbers weren't there. We couldn't pick up first downs. We couldn't put the ball in the end zone. We couldn't rush the ball effectively. We couldn't pass the ball effectively, and we turned it over a ton. So things need to change. We cannot just roll out the same unit from last year. And I don't see it being, unless we have some major plot here where we're saving money and we're gonna go out and sign like an Amari Cooper or make a trade for one of these top dogs, possibly an AJ Green, even though he's kind of older, and I do think he's going to remain in Cincinnati. I really don't see the point in letting Anderson walk. Remember, Jets fans, too, we had the opportunity to trade Anderson in the middle of the season for a third-round pick, okay? I was seeing reports of a second, even though I doubt it, but really a fourth to a third-rounder. That was kind of what teams were offering up for Robby, and we denied those trades. We denied those trades knowing that we didn't win, we haven't won a lot of games. And I really don't see the point in saying, okay, let's just not get anything for him. Let's just continue to suck, not make the playoff. I can understand if we were, 500 or a game over 500 and the Bills were kind of, looking shaky and we had a really good chance of getting the wild card position. But at that point, the trade deadline, we were horrible, right? We were absolutely horrible. So I can understand Joe Douglas saying, hey, you know what? We're not good at wide receiver. Let's keep this guy in the building. Because we need to re-sign him and continue to let him and Sam grow together as a receiver QB combination here. But at the end of the day, he kept him, denied those picks, and now it's looking like he's just going to let him walk for nothing. Makes no sense. Makes zero sense at all to me. Especially because I'm thinking about the draft too. We got guys like CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy and T. Higgins and Michael Pittman, and I could go on and on about all these different guys, whether it's in the first, second, or third or fourth rounds. Tyler Johnson, Minnesota, right? There's a ton of different guys that we can target in the draft too. To me, it just doesn't make sense. If Robby Anderson is not in the plans moving forward, why did you keep him for half a season when we could have traded him? And it's not like we would have got some weird conditional 6th round pick or 7th round pick. You could get a starter. You can get a starting player with a 3rd round pick. I mean, the Jets haven't shown any ability to draft in the past, but that was Idzik, that was McCagnon. This is, Joe Douglas, and supposedly he has an eye for football, or for talent rather, and that's remained to be seen. But we'll see how it goes this April. but to me it makes no sense. So that's kind of my overall thoughts on the whole Anderson Jets situation. I want him to be resigned. I don't think he will be resigned. I'm anxious to see what happens, and yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What's going to be going on with Robby? Will he be wearing the green and white? Will he be wearing the colors of another team? So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.